I never thought one overheard sentence could destroy my whole life. That night, I came home tired and frustrated, not realizing my husband was standing quietly behind the half-closed kitchen door. I was on a call with my best friend, venting, foolishly, arrogantly, and I said the worst thing a wife could ever say. He's just a temporary guy. When Mark comes back, I'll leave him. I didn't mean it the way it sounded, but by the time I realized he had heard it, it was already too late. That moment was the end of my marriage and the start of my worst nightmare. We'd been married for 4 years. My husband was kind, humble, and endlessly patient. He wasn't flashy or spontaneous like my ex Mark, but he was the kind of man who brought me tea when I was tired, fixed things around the house, and listened, really listened when I spoke. He didn't deserve what I said. Mark was someone from my past, someone who had broken my heart but also left me addicted to chaos. When he texted me out of nowhere saying he might be coming back to town, my emotions spiraled. I told my friend I was confused, that maybe I never really got over him. But I never intended to leave my husband. I was venting, overthinking, and I said something unforgivable. The next morning, I woke up to silence. The bed beside me was cold, the house eerily tidy. My husband had already left for work, or so I thought. But when I went to the kitchen, I noticed something strange. His mug, the one he used every morning, was gone. The framed photo of us at the lake, gone. Even his favorite jacket from the hallway, gone. My heart started to race. Then I saw it, a folded letter on the counter. Open quote, "You said I'm temporary. I guess that makes this easy. Take all the time you need with Mark. I'm not waiting anymore." Close quote. No anger, no shouting, just finality. I tried calling him, but his phone was switched off. I texted him, emailed him, begged his friends to reach out. Nothing. It was like he'd vanished overnight. The next few days were unbearable. My friend tried to comfort me, but even she couldn't hide her disappointment. "You shouldn't have said that," she whispered. And I knew she was right. I'd wounded the one person who had done nothing but love me. A week later, I got a call from my mother-in-law. Her voice was calm, but cold. "He's moving out permanently," she said. "He told us what happened. He's done." I broke down. I begged her to let me speak to him, just once. She sighed and said, "He doesn't want to talk to you. He says he's tired of being someone's second choice." Those words hit harder than any slap could. But the real pain came 2 weeks later. I was scrolling through social media when I saw a picture that made my chest tighten. My husband, standing in front of a new office building, holding a set of keys. The caption read, "New beginnings. Sometimes walking away is the best kind of revenge." He had opened his own business. The same man I once called too simple had built something incredible from the ashes of our marriage. And there he was, smiling, peaceful, free. While I was sitting in my apartment surrounded by guilt and loneliness, he was rising higher than ever. Everyone admired his strength, his silence. People said he handled betrayal with dignity. And deep down, I knew his calmness was his revenge. Months passed. I tried to reach out again. Wrote him a long letter apologizing for everything, explaining that I never meant those words, that I was angry, lost, confused. I even confessed that Mark never came back, and I didn't want him anymore. I got a reply a week later, short and sharp. Open quote, "I forgive you, but forgiveness doesn't mean return. Some things once broken can't be rebuilt, and I finally learned to stop fixing things that destroy me." Close quote. I cried for days after reading that, because that's when it truly sank in. He wasn't coming back. Now, whenever I look at the ring I still wear out of habit, I remember the man I lost. Not because I cheated, but because I didn't value him when I had him. I called him temporary, but he turned out to be the most permanent thing I ever had. If I could turn back time, I'd take back those stupid words, erase that moment, and tell him what I really felt, that he was never temporary. He was home. But life doesn't give second chances for words spoken in carelessness. It just watches as you learn, too late, what real love looks like when it's already gone. If you liked the video, please subscribe and turn on notifications.